competition between anyone on this film, and it was just a joy. And I think you can tell that from the...
Before James Cameron created cinema's most terrifying sequel,
Jim Cameron has given me the opportunity to be in two really, really tremendous movies.
Aliens was dismissed as impossible to film and too expensive by executives who couldn't understand how a single mother could become an action hero.
Can't be, that's inside the room.
It's reading right, man, look. Well, you're not reading it right.
While battling corporate greed and alien queens. The cast has finally revealed shocking secrets that will transform your understanding of this groundbreaking masterpiece. The sequel that almost never hatched. What most fans don't realize is that Aliens was rejected by Fox executives who considered it an unmarketable combination of horror, action, and feminist themes that audiences supposedly wouldn't accept. Hollywood couldn't understand how a sequel could work without the original's claustrophobic terror while expanding into full-scale warfare against an alien species. Sigourney Weaver revealed years later that she initially refused to return as Ripley.
You know, weddings take a certain amount of planning, I'm finding out. So whenever we can both get a mutual day off.
I thought the first film was perfect and complete. Why would Ripley go back to face those creatures again? It seemed like a betrayal of everything she'd survived. The character's return required a complete psychological transformation that challenged traditional sequel expectations and feminist representation in action cinema. James Cameron disclosed that studio executives demanded he remove the mother-daughter themes between Ripley and Newt. They said audiences wouldn't believe a woman could be both nurturing and deadly. They wanted a traditional male action hero, not a maternal warrior. The film's core emotional relationship was considered too risky for mainstream audiences who expected conventional gender roles. Producer Gail Ann Hurd noted how the project's scale intimidated financiers. "We were proposing to create an entire alien ecosystem, massive practical effects, and military hardware while exploring themes about corporate exploitation and maternal protection. The budget seemed impossible for what studios considered a niche horror sequel. The ambitious scope challenged both technical capabilities and commercial expectations for science fiction filmmaking. The British crew rebellion that nearly destroyed production. The Pinewood Studios filming wasn't just challenging, it was psychological warfare between American production methods and British film traditions that created genuine on-set tensions, mirroring the film's themes about military conflict and cultural clash. What the cast revealed about working in this hostile environment shows how real conflict enhanced their performances.
Difficult. It can be kind of scary at times because we deal with a lot of fire and explosions and guns. It's fun at the
The British crew's resistance to Cameron's demanding schedule and American work ethic created authentic stress that influenced the actors' portrayals of military personnel under extreme pressure. The crew would take tea breaks in the middle of intense scenes, disclosed Michael Biehn, who played Corporal Hicks. "We were genuinely frustrated and exhausted, which made our characters' combat fatigue feel completely authentic rather than performed." Sigourney Weaver revealed how the crew's skepticism about her action sequences forced her to prove herself physically. "They didn't believe a woman could handle the weapons and physical demands. I had to demonstrate my commitment through actual strength and endurance training." The gender-based resistance she faced paralleled Ripley's struggle for respect among the colonial Marines. The abandoned Acton Lane power station location provided genuinely oppressive atmosphere that affected everyone's psychological state. "Those industrial spaces were genuinely unsettling and claustrophobic," noted Bill Paxton, who played Hudson. "We weren't acting scared in those environments. We were experiencing real unease and tension that enhanced our characters' growing panic and desperation." Ripley's warrior mother. Transformation secrets. Ripley wasn't just returning as a survivor. She was evolving into cinema's first maternal action hero.
Colonial administration, insurance company guys.
Do you have any news about my daughter?
Whose protective instincts and combat skills were equally developed and psychologically integrated. What Sigourney Weaver revealed about developing this revolutionary character shows how they created the template for modern female action heroes. Weaver disclosed her intensive physical and psychological preparation. "I spent months in weapons training and physical conditioning, but the real work was understanding how maternal love could become a driving force for violence. Ripley's not fighting for revenge. She's protecting her adopted daughter through absolute determination." The character's motivation transcended traditional action hero psychology through parental responsibility. The actress revealed how her approach to the power loader sequence required genuine mechanical understanding. "I had to operate that machine convincingly while making it look effortless. The fight with the Queen had to feel like a real physical confrontation between two mothers protecting their offspring." The climactic battle represented primal maternal conflict rather than simple action spectacle. Weaver's method-acting approach included studying actual military mothers and single parents facing extreme circumstances. "I researched how women respond to threats against their children." Ripley's transformation from survivor to warrior had to feel psychologically authentic rather than convenient plot development. The character's evolution was grounded in real psychological responses to protective instincts under extreme stress. Stan Winston's creature magic that terrified the cast. The alien Queen wasn't just impressive practical effects, she was a 14-foot mechanical marvel operated by dozens of technicians whose realistic movement and behavior genuinely frightened the actors during filming. What the cast revealed about encountering this creature shows how practical effects created authentic terror that CGI couldn't replicate. The Queen's first appearance was kept secret from most cast members to capture genuine reactions of shock and fear. "When that thing rose up behind the eggs, I wasn't acting surprised. I was genuinely terrified," disclosed Carrie Henn, who played Newt. The creature's size and realistic movement made it feel like facing an actual predator rather than a movie monster. Stan Winston's team revealed that the Queen's maternal behavior was based on actual insect and animal research to make her protective instincts believable. "We studied how real queens defend their offspring," noted Winston. "The alien's rage when her eggs are threatened had to feel like genuine maternal fury, not just monster aggression. The practical puppetry required precise timing and coordination that made the creature's presence feel alive during scenes. You could feel the Queen's weight and hear her mechanical breathing," revealed Sigourney Weaver. "Fighting something that physically existed in the space with us created real adrenaline and fear that enhanced our performances beyond what acting alone could achieve." The hidden Vietnam commentary that shocked audiences' Aliens wasn't just science fiction action. It was James Cameron's deliberate critique of American military intervention and corporate exploitation that drew parallels between alien warfare and Vietnam-era conflicts. What the cast discovered about the film's political themes shows how science fiction can address controversial subjects through metaphorical storytelling. The colonial Marines' dialogue and equipment were deliberately modeled on Vietnam War soldiers' experiences and attitudes toward foreign conflicts. Our characters represented American military confidence encountering an enemy that couldn't be defeated through superior firepower, disclosed Michael Biehn. The parallels to jungle warfare and guerrilla tactics were intentional commentary on military overconfidence. The Weyland-Yutani Corporation's exploitation represented Cameron's criticism of how corporate interests influence military decisions and sacrifice personnel for profit. Burke's character embodied the military-industrial complex that treats soldiers as expendable resources, noted Paul Reiser. The company's willingness to sacrifice the colony and military team for alien specimens reflected real corporate callousness toward human costs. Bill Paxton revealed how the Marines' initial bravado and subsequent panic mirrored actual combat experiences. Our characters go from overconfident professionals to desperate survivors, which reflected how actual wars humbled American military assumptions. The transformation from hunters to hunted represented broader themes about imperial overreach and unintended consequences. The deleted scenes that would have changed everything. The director's cut wasn't just extended footage. It contained crucial character development and plot elements that would have fundamentally altered audience understanding of Ripley's psychology and the film's emotional themes. What the cast revealed about lost scenes shows how editing decisions shaped the final narrative. Sigourney Weaver disclosed that extensive footage about Ripley's deceased daughter, Amanda, was cut from the theatrical release. Those scenes explained why Ripley formed such a protective bond with Newt. She's not just saving a child. She's getting a second chance at motherhood after losing her own daughter to old age during her 57-year hypersleep. The deleted sentry gun sequences showed the aliens' intelligence and persistence more clearly. Those scenes demonstrated that the creatures were learning and adapting to human tactics, noted James Cameron. Without them, audiences missed seeing how the aliens' problem-solving abilities made them more terrifying than simple predators. Carrie Henn revealed that additional scenes with her character provided more context for Newt's survival skills. We filmed sequences showing how I learned to hide and survive in the colony's ventilation system. Those scenes made my character's capabilities more believable and less convenient for the plot. The extended character development was sacrificed for pacing, but diminished emotional investment. The corporate greed metaphor that predicted the future Burke's betrayal wasn't just plot device. He represented Cameron's prophetic warning about how corporate interests would prioritize profit over human safety while using institutional power to silence whistleblowers and exploit disasters for financial gain. What Paul Reiser revealed about developing this character shows how the film anticipated real corporate scandals. Reiser disclosed his approach to playing corporate evil. Burke genuinely believes he's being reasonable and practical. He sees the alien as a valuable resource that justifies the risks and casualties. His rationalizations reflected how real executives justify harmful decisions through cost-benefit analysis that devalues human life. The character's manipulation of military and civilian authority demonstrated how corporate influence corrupts institutional protection. Burke uses his company position to override safety protocols and military judgment, noted Reiser. He represents how business interests can compromise the very institutions meant to protect people from dangers that corporations help create. The film's portrayal of Weyland-Yutani's willingness to sacrifice entire populations for profit anticipated actual corporate scandals involving environmental disasters, pharmaceutical cover-ups, and financial fraud. Cameron predicted how corporations would become more powerful than governments while avoiding accountability for massive harm, revealed Reiser. The character became a template for understanding institutional corruption in contemporary society. The feminist revolution, hidden in action sequences aliens, wasn't just empowering women. It was reconstructing action cinema to show how maternal instincts and protective love could drive heroic behavior without compromising feminine identity or requiring masculine behavioral patterns. What the cast revealed about the film's gender themes shows how it influenced decades of action filmmaking. Sigourney Weaver disclosed how the film challenged Hollywood's assumption that action heroes must be traditionally masculine. Ripley proved that women could be physically powerful and emotionally complex without becoming male stereotypes. Her strength came from specifically feminine experiences like motherhood and nurturing relationships rather than rejecting gender identity. The supporting female characters provided diverse models of feminine strength that complemented rather than competed with Ripley's leadership. Vasquez showed physical combat skills, while Newt demonstrated survival intelligence, noted Jeanette Goldstein. The film presented multiple ways women could be strong and capable without conforming to single character types. The Queen alien represented the dark mirror of maternal protection, showing how the same instincts that made Ripley heroic could become monstrous when taken to extremes. Both mothers are protecting their offspring, but the Queen's methods represent unchecked maternal aggression, revealed Cameron. The final battle was about different approaches to motherhood rather than simple good versus evil. Watch Aliens again with appreciation for its groundbreaking blend of action and emotion, its influence on science fiction cinema, and its prescient warnings about corporate power and feminine strength. Notice how every element serves larger themes about protection, sacrifice, and the courage required to fight institutional corruption while maintaining personal humanity. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more deep dives into science fiction's most revolutionary achievements. Hit that notification bell so you never miss our latest uploads, and let us know in the comments which deleted scene you wish had stayed in the theatrical release. Game over, man, but the legacy lives on.